I'd like to call this meeting of the Hooksett School Board to order Tuesday, April 17, 2012 at 6:31 p.m. Mr. Harrison.
Thank you, Mr. Argo. Tonight I'd like to introduce Carter True. Carter True is a third grader at Hooks Memorial. His family is here to support, and if you see anyone wearing Red Sox gear out back there, that's his parents, Rich and Deanne, his little sister McKenna, who also plays baseball. As you can tell, he just came off the field. His grandparents are back there as well, Paul and Bev. He also has a little cat named Oliver, right? Okay. In school, he enjoys math, library, gym. He likes multiplication tables. His favorite things, though, are playing tag at gym and recess. He dislikes homework, so we're going to have to kind of work on that a little bit. Obviously, he enjoys playing baseball and watching these sports with his dad, including hockey, basketball, soccer. And I asked Carter what he'd like to tell the incoming third graders, because we're coming close to the end of the year. And he said that they will like Memorial because of its size. And that each grade has its own hallway. He did say better than Underhill, but I didn't want to say that. He travels a lot with his family. He goes to Connecticut, Massachusetts, New York, Florida, Texas, St. Martin, St. Thomas. If I put a Red Sox shirt on, he'll go with you guys. He has no plans for the future yet, but as a third grader, that's a good place to be. His classroom teacher says there were several reasons that she nominated Carter to represent the class in Hooks Memorial. He's got a great attitude for learning. He tries his best and takes his schoolwork seriously. He's always positive and sees the glass half full, not half empty. He's a good role model for his peers and includes all others in activities. And we are proud to have Carter here representing Hooks Memorial and to lead us in our pledge. So if you could all stand. Oh, don't go back too far. All right.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Nice job. We're happy you came in tonight, and keep up the good work in school, and come back and see us sometime. And a little token from the school board.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in. Go Red Sox. That's a pin you can put on your shirt or your jacket.
Pin. I didn't know what us for a second. Thank you.
How funny was that? Dave Carter, we'll see you tomorrow.
Let's see. Proof of posting.
I'll see you in 2 years.
All right.
We'll see you.
Looking for approval of the Hooksett School Board special meeting minutes from Tuesday, March 27, 2012.
So moved.
A couple typos.
We absolutely, yeah, discussion. Yep.
And just the first page, the last paragraph, first word, change that to Julia instead of July.
Huh. I missed that one.
Okay. And one more on 1, 2, 3, fourth side, last paragraph, the second line. So fourth side, last paragraph, second line. When I was talking, I said a daughter from, that should be Memorial. That's it. See where I am? So second page, back side, last paragraph, second line. Change central to Memorial. Okay, that's it for me.
I actually have one.
Yep.
On the third backside, the last comment, it says K corpus and it should be 2 corpus.
Any other comments? Okay. All in favor of approving the school board special meeting minutes as amended for Tuesday, March 27th, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we're looking for approval of the school board meeting minutes from April 3rd.
So moved.
I'll second.
Discussion? Okay, all in favor of approving the minutes as presented, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Opportunity for the public to address the board?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mark Miville, M-A-R-C-M-I-V-I-L-L-E. I'm here tonight basically in response to the previous meeting of 2 weeks ago, where there was a discussion here about my public input of February 7th, to which I submitted some minutes to that. The discussion there at the last meeting was that you would consider that a submission and offer a solution to my requests on that. I did read the April 3rd meeting minutes, and on 3 occasions in those minutes, it did state that you would be addressing that tonight, to which you also said 2 weeks ago. And yet I'm looking at the agenda tonight, and I don't see that on the agenda. So I'm just asking where that is at this point.
Yeah, I apologize for that not being on. It was included in our packet, but it did not get on the minutes or on the agenda. We're going to address it during public. So
Somewhere in the agenda tonight.
it's going to be addressed tonight, yes.
Thank you very much.
Anyone else?
Paul Lazard, 21 Brook Road. At the deliberative session, I posed a question about how the school plans to integrate everyday math into the Common Core curriculum. And I had gotten some sidebars from one of the members of the school board and a teacher here, but didn't really get an overall on it. If at some point that could be addressed. The other thing too is looking at that long term. I was wondering if there's any forecast in regards to budgets for next year. What curriculums, if any, are we going to be purchasing? Or are we going to be replacing any? And if that forecast would be produced, nothing immediately, but maybe the next quarter or something of that nature, give maybe a forecast on it. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay. Reports. Administrators. Just following the agenda. Reports of standing committees.
I actually haven't, one of my committees
Oh,
here
that's
to
right, you
report
have a
this
report,
evening.
yes.
The high school study committee is here to report. Would you like me to do that at that time?
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it that time. Well, yeah, we'll get that.
Okay.
Any other reports? Nothing? Okay. Moving on, old business. Pretty great.
I don't think that anything new has happened since we spoke 2 weeks ago. The committees are working in subgroups this month, and we'll be meeting again as full committees next month.
Okay. And now the Hooksett High School Study Committee status report. Tricia, we're back to you.
Steve Kuchar and Susan Orr are going to speak on the work of the committee, their committee members.
Right? Sure, yeah.
Thank you.
Hello, Steve Kuchar, 6 Pleasant Street. Not sure if that's the common protocol where I live. but lifelong resident of Hooksett, it's a pleasure to be before you tonight and to give a interim progress report for the high school study committee. We started meeting in the early fall, and what we did was break up into subcommittees to look at different communities that had built high schools recently that were of similar size and similar student population. So we were looking at Bedford, Bow, Wyndham, Litchfield, and still trying to gather information on Prospect Mountain High. That might be a little more difficult because it's about 10 years ago. So right now we've just collected the information. We haven't really compiled it. It's not really suitable for analysis, but we're doing our homework. And we're also not only looking at the overall building costs, but the bonding costs, operating costs per pupil, the school tax rate over the course of the year since the inception of the town high school. We also wanted to look at the average and median income of the population of the community that built the high school, just for something else to consider when you're looking at the overall costs, the impact on the tax rate, and the affordability. Another item that we haven't started on yet that we've talked about is just the kind of our home court option, which is Colley Middle School doesn't have the potential to be expanded into a high school and building a new middle school. We've had those initial discussions, and we just thought there was something else for the school board to take into consideration. And we may be coming up with some other alternatives too as a committee. Right now, as far as for progress, we've looked at these other high schools that have been constructed, collected that information, and have been meeting on a monthly basis. So with that, I'll answer any questions that I can. If you want to add anything.
One more thing, we're also going to be getting cost estimates from the company that built the college to see what a comparable cost would be to build something comparable today, and those numbers are going to be coming out eventually as well.
So there's other people that sit in all the meetings, so if they have anything to add, but that's summarized.
No, you did a great job.
Can I ask you?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you have a meeting, when's your next meeting scheduled, or do you have one scheduled next? Or?
Second Tuesday of the month is when they've been.
Second Tuesday?
Yes.
We meet at 5
Where's-
o'clock.
At what time?
We meet at 5 o'clock on the 1st, which is a Tuesday before this meeting. We're usually done by 6.
And where do you meet?
We meet in the teachers' room. Mike is the new second school board representative on the committee, so he'll be joining us.
Great.
Steve, I just wanted to thank you for the preliminary report, and I'm glad to see that you are looking past just the cost of the high school, because I know that's been thrown around as just this number. And I think a couple of things you mentioned there, the median income of the towns that built the high school is important, and as well as that operating cost, because those are some things that are going to make, that need to be factored in when you're trying to bring that cost into our town and see how it fits. So thanks for the preliminary work, and look forward to the final report.
I just wanted to add that Georgette Meldak is actually the chair, and she's at home tonight with a sick child, and she sends her regrets. But she did obviously prepare me well for presenting this information to you, so kudos to Georgette, even though she's not here.
Have you met with any roadblocks where, I mean, you've got some information you've told us that you're gathering. Is there anything that maybe you're not able to gather because of roadblocks that maybe we could help with?
I think the difficulty is getting data that's comparable amongst the districts that we're getting the information from. Bedford, it's very detailed. I can tell you that the max that is increased since they built the high school on the impact of the tax rate is $1.24 per thousand. And then other schools, we don't have that detail, and we kind of have to try to figure it out to see if we can even guesstimate that number. So I think that's the challenge, is really the comparability of the data. We'll have good discussion data, but it's not going to be one-to-one analysis type